She ignored you. You sent a message, waited, and nothing but, hey, maybe she was abducted by aliens, lost her fingers in a tragic accident, or her phone mysteriously exploded right when you sent that. Oh no. She posted a story on Instagram, liked her ex's photo, and even replied to another guy. Wow, tough luck, huh? But relax, it must have been an accident. Maybe she didn't see your message. Maybe she's super busy, dealing with super important things, like picking the right filter for her TikTok. Or maybe she just doesn't care about you. Let's be honest, a woman doesn't ignore a guy she really wants. There's no such thing as, sorry, didn't see it, or, I'm too busy. She saw it. She knows. She just chose to treat you like a background prop. Like one of those ugly vases no one wants to throw away out of politeness. Now the big question, are you going to keep playing this ridiculous role? Or are you finally going to wake up? What do you do? When she ignores you, send another message to reinforce your doormat status. Sit glued to WhatsApp, waiting for her to come online. Stalk her profile every 5 minutes like a frustrated detective. If the answer involves chasing her, congratulations, you've just become her official ego boost, her for free. And the best part, she doesn't feel an ounce of guilt about it. Why? Because, guess what? You've made it clear you don't respect yourself. But hold on, maybe there's still hope. If you play your cards right, you can make her miss you in a way that'll hurt her ego. The right kind of silence, my friend, is more powerful than any desperate wall of text, so pay attention if you want her crawling back, if you want her to realize she lost a real man. Stick around, because I'm about to teach you the foolproof formula. But first, let's make one thing clear. The problem was never her being busy. The problem is you being always available, like a 24/7 customer service hotline. And since I'm here giving you free advice to save you from public humiliation, do your part, like subscribe and drop a grateful in the comments for the algorithm. It's not for me. So more people can stop embarrassing themselves now without further. Ado, let's get to the good stuff. Number 1, the harsh truth. No one wants to hear you're an emotional doormat. Oh, so you think she's ignoring you because she's busy, that she didn't see your message, that it was an accident. Wake up, my friend. Step out of this fairy tale and face reality. She's ignoring you because she can, because you allow it, because she feels she has you wrapped around her finger and doesn't need to lift a finger to keep you around. Want a reality check when a woman really wants a guy. She responds immediately in the middle of work school, or even the dinosaur apocalypse. It doesn't matter if she's not responding to you, but is responding to other guys. Guess who's irrelevant in her life? That's right, you, and the best part. She knows you're waiting. She knows you sent that message and are sitting there like a fool staring at your phone, making up ridiculous excuses to justify the silence. Oh, maybe she's busy. Oh, maybe her phone died. Oh, maybe she forgot. Maybe nothing. She ignored you because you're not a priority in her life, plain and simple. Now here's the real kicker. It's not just the fact that she's ignoring you. The real slap in the face comes when the moment you lose interest, the tables turn. What happened? A miracle, divine intervention. No, my friend, it's just her ego throwing a tantrum up until now. You've been the free emotional shoulder, the disposable toy, the backup attention, and the day you disappear, she freaks out. She may not want you, but she needs the certainty that you still want her. And when that certainty disappears, bam, her ego cracks in half. And guess what? This is exactly where you start blowing up the perfect little world she's created. Now that it's clear the problem was never her being busy, but you being available like a 24/7 hotline. Let's talk about how to turn the tables. If you apply what I'm about to teach you, you'll see with your own eyes how your absence will mess with her head. So pay attention because the games are over. Number 2, the turning point: either you wake up now or keep being a fool. If you've made it this far, you've already understood the humiliation. She's ignoring you because she sees you as a given, because she knows that no matter what she does, you'll still be there like a little dog waiting for a treat. This needs to end. Now the only way to turn this around is to blow up this ridiculous illusion. You need to become a guy who disappears for real. A guy who, when he's gone, isn't waiting for a sign to come crawling back. A guy who doesn't accept breadcrumbs of attention, like they a feast. And the first step is brutally simple. Disappear commandment. 1. Stop acting like a fool no more. Good morning texts, no more hey stranger. No more liking her photos, commenting on her stories, or reacting to anything. You need to cut off any free validation she can suck out of you. Will this generate an immediate reaction? No, but over time, her ego will start to itch. She start wondering, where's that human dorm that was always at my feet? And when that happens, her little comfort zone starts to crumble. Commandment 2, silence is your best weapon. Women interpret attention as a sign of value. If you're always there, present, available, like a restaurant waiter, she assumes she can have you whenever she wants. But when you disappear, doubt creeps in. And doubt, my friend, is pure poison for her ego. She starts thinking, did he lose interest? Did he find someone else? Did he realize I'm not the goddess I thought I was? And when that doubt appears, what was once certainty turns into insecurity. Commandment 3. Radically shift your focus if she ignored you, and you went on with your life. Like nothing happened. No drama, no long texts, no sub-tweets. The problem is now hers because the truth is simple. Women desire men who have options, and you up until now have behaved like a desperate guy with no alternatives. Now I know you're probably wondering, but how long do I need to disappear for this to work? And I'll tell you, time isn't the most important thing. What matters is that while you're gone, you're busy living your life and becoming a guy who doesn't chase anyone. And the moment she realizes she's lost that influence over you, her mind implodes. Now that you understand what to do, here's the most important part: how to do it the right way. If you're tired of being the clown in this story, of being treated like a disposable toy, and still thanking her for the crumbs, it's time to wake up. Go to the description and grab the digital book I left for you after reading it. You'll never lower your head again. You'll never accept disrespect. You'll never be stepped on either. You learn to be a real challenge, or you stay there, being tossed aside like a used napkin. The choice is yours. Number 3. Execution, the step-by-step guide to turning the tables and crushing her ego. Now that you understand that silence is your deadliest weapon, it's time to learn how to use it with surgical precision, because disappearing isn't enough. If you disappear the wrong way, she'll just replace you with the next fool in line. You need to vanish in a way that leaves a hole in her ego. Here's the exact step-by-step guide to make her miss you. Wonder what happened, and in the end, come running back. Step 1, total cutoff. And I mean total. This is the first mistake most guys make. They think they're disappearing, but they're still leaving traces. What happens? They still like her photos. They still react to her stories. They still post sub-tweets, hoping she'll get the hint. And you know what? That communicates that you're still available. That you're still there, ready to be rescued, when she feels like it, if you want to implode her ego. The disappearance needs to be absolute. This means no messages, no likes, no. Accidentally liking an old photo just to remind her you exist, no subtweets on WhatsApp or Instagram, no viewing her stories. Block that crap if you have to. She needs to feel your absence like a hole that starts small but grows a little bigger every day. At first, she won't care. She'll think you're just being dramatic and that you'll come crawling back soon. But after a while, she'll start wondering, why did he disappear? What's he doing? Did he forget about me already? And that's when the game starts to turn. Step 3, be an enigma and let her ego panic. If there's one thing that destroys a woman from the inside, it's losing control over a guy she thought she had wrapped around her finger before she knew exactly what you were doing, waiting for her, desperate for a reply, suffering in front of your phone. Now chaos now, she has no idea what's going on, and that's when the thoughts start consuming her. Did he forget about me? Did he find someone else? Was I just another girl to him? And these kinds of thoughts make her ego boil with insecurity. So no obvious moves, no posting motivational quotes, hoping she'll get the hint, no posting pictures with another woman just to provoke her, no replying to her messages immediately like a well-trained puppy. The secret here is simple mystery. What really drives a woman crazy isn't knowing you've moved on. It's not knowing anything at all. Being an enigma, be unpredictable, be a black hole of information. Because what creates insecurity in her isn't what you show. It's what you hide. And insecurity, my friend, is what makes her realize you're no longer a disposable emotional toy. Now get ready for the next stage, because this is where things get good. Step 4. Wait for her ego to crack and watch her crawl back. If you followed the steps correctly, you'll start noticing something strange happening. She'll start giving signs of life. A random, hey stranger. A strategic, like on your photo after weeks. A mysterious reaction to your story. And guess what? That means the plan is working. She's felt the weight of your absence and is now testing if she still has control over you. But this is where most guys mess up the classic mistake, responding too quickly. If you want to guarantee her ego is completely shattered, you need to make her feel like she's truly lost you. If she sends a harassed stranger, ignore it. If she likes your photo, do nothing. If she reacts to your story, pretend you didn't even see it. Let her drown in doubt, because the more she wonders if she still has power over you, the more her self-esteem crumbles. And then, my friend, comes the moment you never imagined. She starts chasing you. And now that you've applied the full strategy, I'm going to show you the exact signs that her ego is already melting and that she's starting to miss you desperately. Number 4, the signs her ego is melting and she's about to crawl back. If you've done everything right so far, it's only a matter of time before her ego starts melting, like ice cream on hot pavement. And when that happens, the signs start showing. But pay attention. If you mess up now and give in too easily, all your effort goes straight to the trash, and she'll go back to treating you like an extra in her life. So open your eyes, because these are the 3 clearest signs that your absence is messing with her head. Sign 9-1, the famous hey stranger appears out of nowhere. She spent weeks ignoring you, didn't even open your message, didn't even remember you existed, but now, out of nowhere. Hey, stranger, wow, long time. No, see, I randomly thought of you. No, she didn't miss you. This is a test. She wants to know if she still has control over you. If you respond quickly, it's over. She just smiles and thinks, he's still in my hand, so don't fall into the trap. If you're going to respond, do it after hours. Or better yet, after days. And when you do respond, do it with absolute indifference. She needs to feel like you don't care. Sign 2. She starts liking your posts and stalking everything you do before she didn't even remember you existed. Now she likes your photos out of nowhere. She views all your stories. She leaves a casual comment just to test the waters. This means one thing. She's realized you've truly disappeared and is trying to get back on your radar, but without exposing herself too much here. You have 2 options. 1, ignore her completely and let her spiral even more. 2, react neutrally without showing too much interest. What you can't do, get excited and start chasing her again. Comment back with enthusiasm. Send her a message asking how she's been. Just observe and let her eat herself up inside. Sign 3, the subtweet. Tweet start popping up. She's testing your emotional state. If her ego is really hurt, she'll start posting subtweets out of nowhere. It could be something like some people disappear and then want attention. The worst thing is dedicating yourself to someone who doesn't value you. When you learn to love yourself, you stop chasing others and you think, is this about me? Of course it is, but don't be fooled that this isn't regret, this is desperation. She's just throwing out bait to see if you'll bite, and if you fall for it and respond, congratulations, you've lost the game. She feels in control again and disappears once more. Now that you know how to recognize the signs that she's missing you. Here's the most important part, how to react when she tries to come back. Because if you mess up now, she might go back to ignoring you and using you again. So hold tight, because I'm about to show you exactly what to do. Number 5, how should you react when she comes back without throwing all your effort away? Now comes the most critical moment. Her ego is melting. She's missing you, and now she wants to test if she can still manipulate you, like before. If you mess up, now everything you've done so far goes down the drain. If you react wrong, she'll ignore you again and go back to using you as an emotional toy. So pay attention, because here's exactly what to do when she tries to come back. Golden rule, take control of the situation. If she sends a, "Hey stranger, how are you?" or any attempted contact, the first thing you need to understand is you're in control. Now she's not coming back because she loves you. She wants to validate her own ego. She wants to make sure you're still available, and if you respond enthusiastically, giving her all the attention in the world done, you've lost. She smiles and thinks, he's still in my hand. So the rule here is simple: respond with coldness and zero excitement. I'm good, you all good, chilling. Don't try to keep the conversation going. Don't bring up old topics. Don't ask if she missed you. She needs to feel that the connection isn't the same anymore, and that's when her desperation truly begins. Don't give in too easily, or she'll play you again if she starts opening up more. Trying to keep the conversation going, asking about you. This means the plan worked, but be careful. This doesn't mean she actually wants you back. Often, she's just testing if she can regain control. If you respond too quickly, if you start treating her like before, her interest dies on the spot. So the best thing you can do now is maintain your indifference. Show her your life moved on with or without her. And if she suggests something like "let's meet up," don't accept right away. Say something like, "maybe I'll see if I can, we'll see." This shows that now you're the one calling the shots, and she gets a taste of her own insecurity. Know when to cut it off for good. Not every woman who comes back deserves a second chance. Many just want to test if they can still make you their doormat. So if you notice she's just playing games without showing real interest, walk away. Say something like, what's funny? When I wanted your attention, you were busy now that I'm gone. You're back, weird. Huh. This makes it clear you figured out her game and won't be her puppet now that you know exactly how to react. Here's the final part, the knockout blow, the ultimate move that'll make her never see you as a disposable guy again. Get ready, because this is check-em number 6, the final blow, the knockout move to never be a fool again. Now you know exactly what to do. When a woman ignores you, you've learned that chasing is pathetic. You've learned that disappearing is the only answer. You've learned that silence makes her ego implode. But now comes the final part, the move that separates the men who truly turn the game around from those who go back to being emotional doormats. And this final blow is simple. You'll never again be dependent on a woman's attention, the end of the drama. You don't need her, and she'll feel it. If there's one thing that destroys any emotional game, it's a man who knows he can live perfectly fine without her. And this is where most guys fail. They do everything right. They disappear. They crush the woman's ego. They make her chase them, and then they go back to being the same as before. And guess what happens? She realizes it was all a cheap act. She realizes that deep down, you still need her approval. And then she loses interest again, and you're back in the endless cycle of being ignored, the final rule. It's not about making her miss you. It's about becoming a man who doesn't need that. If she comes back, fine. You decide if it's worth it. If she doesn't, even better, you move on with your life. Because the real difference between a guy who suffers from being ignored and a guy who makes women value his presence is his mindset. The first one needs attention to feel good. The second one has a life so awesome that if someone doesn't value him, someone else will. And if there's one thing that destroys any woman's ego, it's realizing a guy has moved on and is doing better without her. Now tell me, are you going to keep accepting breadcrumbs, or are you going to turn the game around for good comment? Below, have you ever disappeared and then had her come running back? I want to hear your story, and if you want more videos that teach you how to stop being a fool and become a guy women truly respect, subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell, because starting today, you'll never again be the guy waiting around for someone's text.